Hey, I'm here with Cyndle, who is a fabulous Chanel makeup artist.
Thank you.
And she was part of this little tiny event last night that no one paid attention to called the Met Ball.
The Met Ball.
The Met Ball. And you did Jemima Kirke, who was one of the night's best dressed. Obvi wore Chanel.
Yes.
Obviously wore Chanel makeup.
Yes.
So let's talk about working with, this is your second time working with her.
Yes, this is my second time working with her. The first time I worked with her was in a group of 30 other actresses, so I didn't really get that one-on-one time. So it was nice to reconnect, and she's an artist, so it was really fun to collaborate with her.
What was the inspiration for the look? I mean, obviously, Comme des Garçons was the theme of the night.
That was the theme of the night, but it's funny because we both had different swipe inspirations and started comparing them, and then we didn't do that at all. So we started doing her makeup, and we were talking about painting, and we wanted to do something with color. And it just sort of progressed to maybe we should put color on your eye. But last year she did like a full pink eye. So I had these lovely lipsticks and just started cutting them and mixing them with powders and using my finger.
Seriously?
Stamping them on her eye. So we just sort of created the look that way. It
Like
was very
actually kind of like a very cool Comme des Garçons type print.
Yeah.
I'm bastardizing the name, and I apologize to any Comme des Garçons fans. This is not how it's pronounced. I put that
You're
out
doing
there.
a great job. I don't speak French either, so don't worry about it.
So how does that work when you mix lipstick with powder? What happens?
Okay, so the lipsticks here, this is a longwear lipstick, and to create the color, I wanted a little bit more intensity. So, and that I mixed it with this jumbo lip crayon, which is a beautiful texture. It just is a bit shiny, so it doesn't have much staying power. So I created our own pigment. So I shaved it off and used a little translucent powder and mixed it on a palette to get a little bit thicker. And then just used my fingers and sort of stamped it on. And her dress had the black and gold, so we wanted to add a little bit of like that gold yellow tone. So we went in with a shimmer shadow on top of that and used a yellow pigment like in the corners of her eyes.
To lighten her eyes.
Yeah, to lighten the eyes and just to blend it all together and give, I don't know, a different type of smoky eye, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, the smoky eye is pretty kind of played out at this point. Like, I feel like everyone's done it, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it a little different, a little fresh. It is the Met Ball.
Fresh. And Jemima kept saying, she's like, it's not black tie, so I don't want to have a traditional black tie makeup. It's about the art, so let's create something. But we did play a bit with the skin texture, and Comme des Garçons usually, well, for me, one of the most inspiring looks was when she did that 18th century sort of like punk rock. So we did a matte skin. So I used the Perfection Lumiere Velvet, which is actually now my new favorite red carpet foundation because it glides on the skin. It doesn't catch on any dryness. And she has really sensitive skin. So it was really soft and beautiful, and I didn't have to powder her too much, and it lasted really long. So we created that really kind of pale, velvety skin, and then played with different textures. So her lip, we did a gloss with a nude lip liner to keep it kind of neutral, not too 80s.
So when you're working with someone for something like the Met Ball, do you start texting them like weeks ahead of time? Like, what's the prep time? What's the prep situation for it?
With Jemima, unfortunately, no. I didn't know what she was wearing, and I couldn't attend her fitting because I was out of town, so it was kind of a surprise. But sometimes I feel like if you don't overthink it, it can be better, in my opinion. And she's so cool. Not many people would feel confident just trying something different like that. So yeah, it was like a real collaboration.
So what's the getting ready process like? Were you guys listening to music? Were you having some wine?
There was champagne, and there was also Lily Rose Depp in the room and Cara Delevingne in the room.
You guys were all getting ready together?
We were all getting ready together, so it was like a really fun, like party kind of atmosphere. Everybody found a place in the hotel to like sit in the corners of the room. Cara Delevingne was DJing. We had champagne. Yeah, it was really
Okay, that
good
sounds like,
energy.
That sounds like
happening.
actually better than the Met Ball itself, probably.
Yeah, it was so fun. And Cara's getting her head painted. It was incredible.
And when you get her prepped for the red carpet, do you give her like a to-go kit, or how does that work?
So she had a teeny tiny bag. So we were trying to figure out.
I always wonder what is in the bag. That's like
Yeah, what's in that bag?
Yeah.
So she had a little bit of powder with her, and she had the lip liner in the lip gloss. And then we made the decision that the eye sort of had a life of its own. So the more that she wore throughout the night, it didn't really bother us if it moved a bit. So that's what she had with her. Yeah.
And that's
an eyebrow
it.
brush. Yeah, that was it.
An eyebrow brush.
Yeah, keep those feathery eyebrows.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So talk to me about how you got your start.
I started when I was a teenager, and I was really into music and punk rock, and I used to experiment on my own face. And I used to sweep hair at this salon, and this woman came in who was a makeup artist, and she was really impressed with my makeup on my face, and she's like, oh, I work for this makeup company. Would you ever want to be a makeup artist? You should come over, look at my kit. So I went over, and she kind of got me my start, and I started freelancing with her, and I moved to New York City, and then sort of started assisting, and then I found it that way.
So you came up through the ranks very organically.
Yeah, it just sort of happened.
And let's go back to Chanel for a second. I need to ask you about the Solution 10 de Chanel, which I know everyone raves about. What is it about this product?
So Jemima has really sensitive skin, like I was saying. Solution 10 is the perfect moisturizer for sensitive skin. It doesn't have fragrance. It's oil-free. It's just so gentle. It's made with 10 ingredients, and it's very calming for the skin. So I wanted to put something on her that wasn't too greasy, and it's really light, and that she would have zero reaction to. So I knew that this would be perfect.
And so it doesn't seem like you actually use a ton of products on her.
No, it wasn't that.
You would think like for the Met Ball, it would be like 1,000 things.
Yeah, no, it wasn't 1,000 things. And we were debating if we wanted to do a lip, so we sort of like tried things, then took it back. Because, you know, it's that fine line between, you know, she has like hot pink on her eyes, so we didn't want to make it look outdated. So to keep it cooler and younger, like we didn't use mascara, it just curled her lashes. And she already has such a beautiful full brow, so I just brushed up her brow with a little hairspray. Yeah, so it was super natural. A little lip balm actually right before she left on the sides of her cheeks, so it wasn't too shimmery.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love these little tricks.
Yeah,
Who would have thought? Is the Met Ball more of a high-pressure situation than your average red carpet or awards show?
Definitely is. More people, I think, are looking at it and comparing it to the theme. And so there's a few different angles coming at you. But I don't know. I was really happy that I got to work with her because she didn't want to just look beautiful. She wanted to make a bit of a statement. So it was really nice. And then the next morning when I woke up, I saw that people liked it. So that made me feel better. Yeah. It was really fun.
How important is the theme, though, when you're getting someone ready for the Met Ball? Because I noticed last night I was there, and so many people just completely ignored it. Like they look great. They just did it on they did their own thing.
Right. I think it's a personal decision. I like to pay a little bit in something with the makeup, but it depends on who I'm working with. I just want them at the end of the day to feel really beautiful and confident. But I think it's more fun if you play a little to the theme, in my opinion.
I agree, because otherwise it's just like any other red carpet and it doesn't stand out at all.
Like Jemima said, it's not black tie.
When Jemima, I know, she paints, she's an amazingly talented painter and actress, and for those of you who don't know, she was on Girls, Jessa on Girls. How much do you take into account whether someone is a risk taker with beauty or not? Does the question make sense, or do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like how can I tell if they're willing to take the risk?
Like how far can you go with someone?
Right. So just looking back at what she's done in the past and how she feels comfortable with her makeup, so I do a little bit of research that way, and then just meeting them and showing them a bit of inspiration, and then slowly working our way up. And it's makeup, so we can take it off. You know, it's just like, how do you feel? Do you feel confident? Do you feel, you know? And that's sort of how I gauge it, I guess. A little at a time.
A little at a time, yeah.
She actually wanted to do more, so we did more, and then we're like, no. She had the flowers in the hair, so we're like, okay, this is a good balance, I think. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. You are amazing. So come over to my house anytime to do me up.
No problem.
Great. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
Thank you guys for watching, and thanks for being here, Cyndle.
Thank you.